So since it worked pretty well, I wanted to show you all my little arsenal that I use to kind of nurse the opossum back to health. And it's not a whole lot of items. I know there's some fancier things that you can buy on the internet and that people suggest you use Peter's food. I do use the Espalac puppy formula that's here in this container, and I don't mix up a lot at a time because it tends to spoil pretty quickly, and I just mix that with baby water or distilled water. And the basic food items I'm using are the first foods for babies. So my main staple is the apple, and then we've got the pumpkin, sweet potato, butternut squash, and the peas and carrots for vegetables, and then the meats are just the first foods of the chicken and the turkey. And then I have prunes. I haven't used them yet, but if I feel she gets constipated, I will use that. And then of course just the Pedialyte if you think they're dehydrated or it's extra hot or they just need a little fluid. But you don't mix the Pedialyte in with the formula. That's a no-no. And when you use the Pedialyte, you use it at maybe a 1-to-4 ratio. So you're going to mix it with 4 parts distilled water and 1 part Pedialyte. And then the hydrogen peroxide, if you have to use that to treat a wound, you're going to use that in a 1-to-3 ratio. 1 part hydrogen peroxide, 3 parts water. And the coconut oil has multiple uses. It'll kind of guard against fleas. It has antibacterial properties that will help with wounds healing, and rubbing a little on the opossum's tummy and letting them groom it off would also help if they are mildly constipated. And then I have a little notebook where I just kind of keep track of her progress, feeding times. But just using these items and a little glass pipette, little dropper like an eyedropper, and we've made it through about 3 weeks now. We started out with just the Espalac puppy formula, and we watered that down. I still water it down. I use a 1 part Espalac powder and 3 parts water, distilled water. When you initially start out, you might water it down to 1 part puppy formula, 5 parts water. And once the puppy formula is established with the opossum, then you can start introducing some of these soft foods. And I did try the Peter's recipe. My opossum would not eat it, but the baby foods work really well. Also, the opossum initially tried the cat food, but is refusing to eat that, and still refusing to eat the puppy food. So this is still working nicely, and once her teeth are fully in, I'm sure she'll start on solids.